a turtle that transformed into like a hare and then a horse. I'll hold that thought.
Chovy? I don't know whether he was looking at where he was, as he is just going to die. Not going to use the flash. Get level 6 for that. And in the meantime, the Sand Soldier is going to be very frustrating. Arthur's going to jump on in here, though. He's looking for Peanut. He's snagged by that Q just a little bit. And Smite is picked up for both of these players, so we'll see who's going to win that 50-50. As right now, Peanut just playing with Arthur a little bit, but does get the stun. Smite goes down as now Kellen crashes on in. Vista, decent playback, but Arthur is just going to go down. The early rotation over from Bay is pretty obvious as Death gets over the wall, but is still going to die. Vista's going to do the same thing. And what has happened to Humble Life Esports?
Yeah, this
is a disaster completely.
This is terrible. You can't win this anymore.
Meanwhile, what the heck? Now he's on the other side of the map trying to steal something away. He's dead. The red buff is going to be there. Dudu can't help it all, and I just don't know. Landed in the mid lane as well, as Bay is very, very competitive.
He's got 6 already, and he's like, oh, well, I've got Rel too, so guess what?
Yeah,
making a play.
Def does have the Gravitum, so it does stun up Peanut for a little bit, but the Watch Out Eep is so scary, and he's just so fed. It's ludicrous. Throws a bowling ball, picks up the kill easily. Isn't even needed for this dive on the bottom side as Bay. He's got the Haymaker, so he'll be totally okay as well.
Up, he can make a big play, and Lilia is just going to be out-rotating, and Arthur doesn't have his ult yet, still.
And he's still counter-jungling. All right, well, he does have the Crystalline Exoskeleton, gets to run away real fast, and Dudu is here this time. Flash away from a bowling ball. That's how scary Peanut is right now. Bambi
just kind of got away with that crazy late-game team fight and won the game. And Peanut hasn't been always a huge success story for this roster this year, but to see him in a game like this is the moment where you remember old Peanut and you think, yes, this is the Peanut I want to watch.
Yeah, this is when you become a Rocks Tigers fan again. As Dominus comes down, Arthur's looking for his first Impale, doesn't have the Flash and Explosive Cast. Pretty good ability against the old Skarner, and now Peanut's going to turn up. Volleyball is going to go over the Skarner, so being of short stature, certainly helping out. And Kellen and Peanut also going to turn up here. They're going for a bit of a dive, but they're going to have to get it done pretty early. Because I think the Crystalline Exoskeleton is in. 4 members up towards the top side. Bay moving on in. He's at half health, but he's a set as well. Chovy moving on over. Already Peanut has been shut down.
Especially because Rich had already used his Explosive Cast, right? So he's trapped. He can't rejoin the fight. And Kellen and Peanut still push the issue here and look for the Magnet Storm. And like, Bay's not even here. This just ends up being a disaster where you don't have the fight you're looking for. Rich is not. If Nongshim get too greedy.
Oh, Doctor.
Speaking of.
Oh, that's some greed. That's there it is right there. Flash Impale is so easy, and this is the most dead Samira's ever been. She is. Oh my God, the damage! As Dudu's gonna have to be called in. The teleport comes on up, and he does find the stun. But man, that was so close to a turnaround. Sometimes you forget how ridiculously fed Samira can do. As Chovy's going to throw Bay towards the rest of his team. There's that showstopper that we were talking about, and there's the Watch Out Eep. You've definitely got to watch out for it this time around.
Yeah, you do.
He's going to get red buff slowed and hunted down here by Peanut. But thankfully, there is still a turret here. Def trying to turn it around. Calibrum is in. Rich comes in. And Bay's now looking for more. Great 2-man face breaker, and the AoE damage is massive.
When this starts, it actually goes, well, okay.
This is Def. You can keep going.
It's actually, the timing of this is really unfortunate. I don't know if he really wants to engage there in this straight-up 5v5 fight, though, with the Flash Impale. I think they should probably just walk away. He doesn't even have it in time.
Yeah, doesn't have the Flash up, and Drake goes down a little bit too early. Humble Life do manage to set up this minion wave for the turret, but it looks like they won't make it over there. Bowling Ball is going to connect only onto Arthur here. They can make the Skarner sleepy if they would like to, and now Nongshim are closing in on Humble Life.
Bay is on the perfect place right now in this team fight to grab somebody.
Yeah, this is the scary thing, right? Like, the engage from Nongshim is also just so scary.
The Peanut!
Oh, Chovy's off to the side. He gets body slammed and taken away from the lantern, but is able to pick that one up now. Flashes over the wall. Kellen right in amongst it and gets so much value with all his CC. The Skarner and Thresh just die as an afterthought. The Emperor's Divide's good there from Chovy, but he's still getting closed in on, and this is looking like potentially the ace, unless Dudu can just run away.
The buzzwords where you're trying to be nice, but this was a really nice sleep setup for Peanut. So Peanut and Bay are both on the other side of this fight because they want to make sure there's no retreat potential for the side of Humble Life Esports.
Just so good.
The sleep is perfect. Bay's follow-up base breaker. I mean, he just does tons of damage in this fight, and the Duck Dom's just here to clean it up. This is how a Samira comp loves to play. When you're ahead like this and you can just press R, and look, it's not a tough game for him, but he's done everything correctly in every single team fight.
Well, Arthur's going to go for the Hail Mary. Looks once again for Dr. who gets pulled underneath the turret. Gets taken down to half health, but then just flashes on out. Even takes a turret shot. It looks like he's going to be okay. Good flash there from Kellen. Gets him out of it, but there's a Crocodile lying in wait, and Kulbamik is going to work out for him. Cask is a bit of a party there for Rich, who's now going to have to flash away. That's one pick, but it's in trade for one anyway. So
yeah.
Well, they can just do this, where he just walks at someone. And there's Nongshim now moving on over. The Phalanx has been set up here for Harmor Life Esports. They'll take down the turret, but what are they going to lose for it? Great barrel! Brings in the Skana. He's just going to die. There's a bit of an afterthought. There is a lantern right there. Depth is going to pick that one up. Dudu's pretty big, as Dr. gets the ulti, but isn't actually able to get too much work done. As Chovy now off to the side, shifts some sands trying to get away, but Peanut's real fast, flashing on forward. Bowling ball will miss, and another lantern will be picked up. But now Depth has been closed in on it. The set is going to be taken down as Dr. trying to take matters into his own hands. Rich closing in from the top, Kellen crashing down over the wall, and another bowling ball will connect. Good exhaust onto Peanut there as Depth trying to kite, but he's not going to be able to do it. The Samira locks him down. Vista's now under a turret, misses the hook. But it was scary in the early 2v2, right? That's what was scary about the Renekton, and I feel like, you know, the early 2v2 didn't exist. As there's the Stride Breaker, Vey getting on in there, but he's going down pretty low. Dudu's still pretty strong. Depth trying to stay unhit towards the backside and lands a great Moonlight Vigil. Dudu's still alive and has a lantern. The extra shield there as well makes him very strong, as Peanut is going to be taken down, not before doing a fair bit of damage. Get to a position where Nongshim don't have just obscene amounts of money and run over the top.
Vision of Arthur right now. Well,
he is over to the side, does have flash, gets on in there, but he's unable to lock down the Drake, and that's Mountain Soul now on this very tanky Nongshim team. Already the Skarner is going to be taken down. That's the double kill for the Samira. The resets are coming in as Peanut finds Vista over to the side. Chovy's going to die as well. And I think, you know, Hanwha, they had that one fight that was pretty good. Now they've been aced. And now the Baron will fall. And
not to mention that, like, once they get this Baron, they do just get the inhibitor right afterwards, basically, because they have Baron buff in the stage.
If they want to, yeah.
Yeah, it will be, like, their choice. they have a lot of options here. Watching this fight again, like, Arthur decides to flash in and try to get that, but he's way too late, unfortunately. And this is just the wallet equation that you're talking about. Everyone has way too much damage. Look at Vista. He's like, got Dr. interrupted his ult. That's all he's going to get. It's way too much damage here. And the comp that Hanwha Life went for just doesn't function, especially when your Skarner is not able to isolate anyone because he's trying to...
I mean, the mistakes have already been made, right? Like, it doesn't really matter what he does from here on out. Exactly. Kellen's going to dive on in, and look at the health bars melt. This is just beautiful. From Nongshim Red Force, the Samira is doing those fed Samira things, and it's pretty disgusting. Dudu makes it onto the fountain. I think try and preserve the KDA here, buddy. That's what I'd probably do, as he is going to get back there. But the Nexus turrets, they are melting at the hands of Nongshim, and they have come out. It's a bit of a tour de force here for Nongshim, but I think a lot of it is a little bit reliant on Harmor Life Esports not necessarily figuring themselves out in the early game, and hopefully they can tidy it up for game 2.
끝까지 가자. 를 내가 뺏었네.
잡자.
아니 이거 스카나 하우시 형디야. 하우시 형디야 뭐야? 좋은 형제.
좋은 형제? 으아! 끊어버려! 죽여! 레드 죽여! 거의